What's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of B is for Build. In this episode, we're gonna start working on the garage in the house that I just bought. And we're gonna convert that into a DIY, bare bones automotive paint booth. Stay tuned. Before we get started with the paint booth, I want to take a second out to thank our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community for creators with more than 19,000 classes in videography, productivity, photography, and more. On Skillshare, there are classes for just about everybody that you're going to find something interesting on there. I was browsing through and I found things that related to my previous career in software engineering. I used to be a UI UX designer. I saw some courses on there, watched through those, and they're definitely on par with the things that I had learned in my career. So it's some great handed down advice there. There are coding classes if you want to learn how to code and start your way to being a programmer. And then obviously there's things that are interesting me currently with videography and cinematography and learning how to be a better photographer and make better videos for you guys. I've talked about this stuff before on the channel, but I think college these days is a little bit overpriced and overrated. I am a self-taught software engineer, and everything that I've done on the channel, I've been completely self-taught as well. And I think Skillshare is really the future of that knowledge-based learning and the type of platform where you can go on there, access, easily search out and find what you want to find, and then know that it's coming from a good, reputable source. Premium membership to Skillshare begins at about $10 a month, and that's for unlimited access. But if you're one of the first 500 people that click the link in the description, you'll get your first 2 months for just 99 cents. So hurry up, head on down there now, click that before they're all out, because they're probably gonna go pretty quick. I highly advise you guys check it out. There's a lot of really good stuff on there. Huge thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this episode. Now, let's go get some supplies. Wait, before we go get supplies, I should come up with some sort of a plan. I got a little ahead of myself there. Welcome to the soon-to-be paint booth. Let's take a look around and plan for how we're gonna make this thing a good spot to paint. One of the first issues that I found is there is no room on the breaker box to wire in the air compressor. I wanted the air compressor to be over there, but then if it's over there, we're not gonna be able to use it in the shop. So instead, I'm gonna run air lines from the shop to here to air filters somewhere mounted on the wall, and maybe even expansion tanks back there, depending on the price of them. And I think that would be fine. I figure the longer hose you run, the more chance it has to trap water. I know people build systems that snake up and down their walls. I don't think that adding more hose will really change anything other than adding air volume, which just means that you essentially have like a bigger tank. This wall right here, I need to go ahead and pull a panel off. So what it is it's this really cheap, junky, like you could see it's like it's 1/4 inch or maybe a little bit more than a 1/4 inch wood before the studs. And I figure it would be great if there was insulation in there. I don't know if I want to install insulation in there, but I think it's a good idea to have this thing insulated. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull one of those off and let's see what's behind there. Okay, as I suspected, there's no insulation in here. It's just an outside wall. I don't know how much space insulation takes up, but I would love to insulate this thing. So we'll see if I can make room in the truck to buy enough insulation. Also, I mean, cost. I don't really want to blow like $1,000 insulating this wall, considering that that's not going to be insulated, that's not going to be insulated. And wait, why would you insulate it if we're going to be pumping that much air from the fans from there? The strategy I'm thinking is pump air in up there and out over there. What the hell's the point of insulating a booth if we're gonna be pulling in massive amounts of fresh air all the time? I don't know how that part of a paint booth works. I think you're supposed to heat the shop that the booth is in and bring in the heated air. Okay, with that being said, I clearly don't know what I'm doing, and I don't think that I'm gonna waste the money for insulation unless it's reasonably priced. This would just be a nice place to have insulated, and I would like to drywall that in the long run. I think we can put drywall right over that stuff, but I don't have a truck to buy a mountain of drywall, but that would be cool. Lights. We're gonna need lights here. Most paint booths have a lot of lights on the side so you can see the side of the vehicle that you're painting. I'm thinking 1, 2 there, 3, 4 there, 5, 6 here on the other wall. And that might be it. Maybe I'll get one up there or something. At least 6. These lights up here probably aren't gonna cut it. I would love to replace those as well if we can. I'd like to run, I'll see what I can do. I would love to run 2 of them,
you know, kind of one offset over there, one offset over there, you know, just really light the hell out of this place. So I'll see what I can do as far as getting the LED lighting in there, and then it's gonna come down to the electrical too, how we can wire up the electrical. If it sounds like I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, that's not completely untrue, but I have thought about this stuff a lot. It's just I don't know a whole lot about what I'm doing. So it's gonna have to be kind of, I'm going to do, and then as we see what happens, we will make changes and evolve the system as time goes on. Kind of give it our first best shot, and then if things need changing, we'll change them as we go. So we've talked about lighting, we've talked about how to bring in the actual air for the gun. We haven't really talked about the ventilation. So I'm thinking inlet there, outlet, punch a hole in this piece of crap garage door. By the way, whoever emailed me that runs a garage door company and said that they could hook us up, thank you so much. I will email you back as soon as I'm done destroying this one, and maybe we can make something happen. So this is what we have in store for ventilation. See, I have been thinking about this stuff. I've ordered things ahead of time. This is several thousand. I think this is 14,000 CFM worth of fanage right here. We have two 24s and two 12s fans. And back home, what I wasn't able to bring today because the truck was full, we have actual legitimate paint booth filtration. We have the filters that they use in real paint booths that are EPA compliant, that catch 99.8% of the overspray that will go out of this booth. So that's really cool. I'm stoked to be EPA compliant. I'm actually happy about that. We're doing the right thing by the environment, and it's the right stuff. So these fans will be filtered on the way in, the air will be filtered in, and then obviously they will be filtered on the way out. I did the math. They say that you need to do something like width times height times length times 10 or some shit like that to figure out your CPM. For a place this size, we need roughly 12 to 14,000 CFM. So if we install all these fans, we'll be absolutely perfect. I don't know if we'll find space for all these fans. The other thing is we want to have a lot more CFM coming in than we do have pulling out. So we have a high pressure system, and the way we'll be able to test that is when we open that door right there to the house with all the fans running, it should blow air in the door. Meaning the paint fumes and stuff are basically, well the air, the system, the ventilation system won't be sucking in shit from everywhere outside and from inside the house and dust and debris from everywhere else. It'll be a high pressure system pushing all the air out. So a dust particle flies through that vent on the inlet, it should get pushed to the outside of the shop or brought out through the ventilation. It shouldn't get sucked in towards any of the fan system. I am, however, really concerned about running all of these fans on whatever these breakers are. These don't seem to flip anything in the shop. I don't know. These ones are definitely the garage. I know that. But I've learned a thing or two about electrical from BS for Build, and I'm not scared to jump into that beast. So I'm gonna look at upgrading those breakers. It's a 200 amp or something system. Let me do the math real quick here. Okay, yeah, if you ran all these breakers at full capacity, it would definitely be a problem. I assume you don't just do the straight up math and make sure all of these don't equal this, because if you had everything in your house running full breaker power, that would be silly, right? So anyways, yeah, sure, we can upgrade these. None of these are being used. There's nobody here. All right, I think we've got a plan. Let's head to the store and get some supplies. So we got 3-foot LED shop lights are only 15 bucks. The 4-footers are up to 25 bucks. I'm not gonna pay that extra 10 bucks per light for an extra foot. So I'm just gonna pick up a bunch of these 3-footers. I have no idea what I'm doing on electrical, so do not follow my lead here. I don't know why this one's $24 and this one's $9 when they're essentially the same thing. They look like the same thing. I shouldn't say they're essentially the same thing. So I'm gonna get some of the $9 jobbies and hope I don't need to use them. Okay, I double checked with the professional about those and we're good there. And on a totally different list, I need a fire extinguisher for the car, so I'm gonna grab one of those. And then I got wiring over there to rewire extension cords. I'm gonna find me some staples for stapling these things to the wall and surge protectors to split the power a couple different ways. Some of this little stuff should be really good for the filter frames and some of the bigger stuff. Hopefully that'll be enough. Next thing, we just gotta get a ton of 2x4s to build the scaffolding to hold the fans. Nails, gotta have nails. I'm feeling too lazy to use screws. And brackets. I think a bunch of brackets will make the 90-degree stuff a little bit easier. I've never owned a ladder. I think I'm gonna need one for this project. Ladders are ridiculously expensive. I'm just gonna have to go with the cheapest one. Before everybody comments about how unsafe it is to buy a cheap ladder, just imagine, if it breaks and I get hurt, I can sue them and I can buy a Lambo like Tavares. That's not actually how he funded his Lambo, if you guys are wondering. I feel like this will be good for blocking off airways. And I can fit it in the car. I've spent entirely way too much time in here, but I think we got enough supplies to get started. Well, I know we have enough to get started. I don't know if we have enough for the whole project, but this will be a good start. Spent $410 on supplies. But if you're a positive thinker, like I am, and know that the average price of a paint booth is about 50 grand or more, the way I look at it, I just saved $49,590. It's a good day. How'd it get dark out so fast?
All right, back in the shop. Time to figure out how ridiculously hard this garage door is to work so we can unload the truck. Well, the garage door is a total piece of crap, but that's okay because it makes it easier to cut a hole in, and it functions. It'll be all right. It'll let some air out though, that's for sure. But hopefully the fan pulling will pull the filtered air out more of it. First thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is check the power. So by my guesstimation, by my science, if I plug in all the fans and run them all at once and we don't blow the circuit, we'll be fine and we'll just leave the circuit like that so I don't have to rewire it to the larger amperage. Let's give it a shot. This is insane! You know, whenever somebody asks me how the channel is doing, I say it's going great. I got a lot of fans. All right, well that was a fun test. Now I know I don't need to swap out that breaker, but I got the extra one just in case if I do. So first thing I'm gonna go ahead and go after is the lighting. I'm gonna try and swap out these little junction things that have screw-in light bulbs. So basically runs a 110 power, what do you call it? Cord, cable, power wire. It runs from this box here through a little white cable that goes into one of those dealies. It runs 110 on it and it goes straight into a light bulb. And instead of going into the light bulb, I want it to go into one of these. So I'm gonna try and rewire it out of the light bulb and into one of these so I can plug in my lights and run other power out of it if I want to. All without electrocuting myself. All right, moment of truth. Hey, nothing exploded. So you may be wondering, Chris, why do you have the light in the middle? Well, there's 4 wires going into that light, and I think some of it goes to the switch and some of it might go out there. I don't really know what's going on with that one, so I didn't want to screw with it. So now we got an outlet box there, an outlet box there, total of 4 outlets for lighting. All right, now that we got our new fancy outlets, let's go ahead and attach a couple lights to them and make sure they work. All right, we got the top light up there and the front facing light right there. So obviously you got your top down light, and then the front facing light is something new that we haven't done before, but that's gonna be really, really good for when the vehicle's in there to get either the front bumper or the rear bumper. These front facing lights are gonna be pretty sweet. So that came out well. I'm gonna go ahead and do the one that goes right here and one that goes right there as well. I just realized something really, really important to me. At the time of filming this, we're about 3,000 subscribers shy of 300,000. Now this episode's gonna go out tomorrow, which is gonna be St. Patrick's Day. I got Jeff coming to join me, Jesse, who you guys probably saw on the G35 episodes, coming to join me, Eric's coming to join me, and we're gonna work on here and then go celebrate St. Patrick's Day. If we could hit 300K subs on St. Patrick's Day, that would be such an epic celebration. Like, St. Patrick's Day is one of my favorite holidays, period, but to hit 300K on Patty's Day, ooh, that's got a good ring to it. If you guys aren't subscribed, about half of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed to anybody, let me be your first. Hit that button. Hit that button. Get us to 300,000. I'll be filming when we're out celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I'll be filming. You could be that person that actually hits the button and makes it 300,000, and I'll be filming it when it happens. So make it happen. Make it happen. I want it to happen so bad. We need 3,000 subs in one day. It's gonna be a really hard thing to do, but I think we can do it. Okay, that's enough of my ranting. You guys know how much that would mean to me. Let's install these lights. All right, last ceiling light and the door light is on. The lighting in here has improved like dramatically since we started. Obviously, I mean, we added a bunch of lights. Oh wait, what is that I hear? That is the sound of a new project car being delivered. I'll be right back. This next build is gonna be good. I can't wait to show you what this car is. You're really gonna like it. Just got home, it's really late, but I really want to try and make a custom one-off Be As For Build shirt for St. Patrick's Day. I don't have much material. I got a little bit of this gold iron-on material for a shirt. I'm gonna give it a try, let's see what we can do. I think that's a good St. Patrick's Day message. The perfect shirt for tomorrow. Oh man, that was awesome. I misprinted the first one, so you can see it was like in 2 sections, and I had to like just grab a scrap salvage piece and print just 3 letters and kind of make the best out of it, and it worked out. Good day. I'm exhausted. It's 1 a.m. Got to be up really early tomorrow. Got people meeting me to work on the paint booth so we can finish that thing off, which I'm really excited about. Thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize about the clickbait title. I got home today and I realized I didn't take any sort of a thumbnail image, so I just decided to take that one. Hey, it's the truth. We did get the next build today. And if you haven't subbed already, please hit that sub button. I really want to hit 300,000 while all the guys are here and everything else, so we can all celebrate together. That would be a blast. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Like I already said, please remember to like and subscribe. While you're hitting the subscribe button, can't hurt to hit the like button, right? Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. Peace.